Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Dear Dana. It is Saturday night, June the 4th, and it's the day after my middle brother's birthday. I always call him my big brother, but he's not my big brother. We're only 14 months apart. Two brothers. All of us are born on the 3rd. Three on the 3rd. So weird, huh? Um, we call each other, well, I call us, sort of like Irish twins. Sort of like, because we were born 14 months apart. Hello, Shelly Marie. Hope you're feeling better. Hello, Arseny Petsikov. And everyone in the bushes. I see you. I appreciate you. Welcome on a Saturday night. I know. Hello, Paranormal Witch. I know it's an unusual topic. You're probably wondering, what the heck is she talking about? What the heck? Yeah, having to share a truth. It's not two truths and a lie, it is a truth. I've had a lot of pondering I've been doing lately, and a lot of aha moments. And you're going, why did she say, do you see me? Of course we see her. She's on the YouTube screen. But I mean it in a different way. Definitely a different way, and we're going to talk about this. But it may blow your mind. Maybe it won't. Maybe you've thought about it before yourself. But before we go on, let me throw down the intro because you know sometimes I go squirrel and forget. But also I want, hey Leanne, you're not late. I want to thank everyone for being here. Hey Marie Crum. And I want to remind you, please like, share, and subscribe. I may remind you again, it's a YouTubey thing. It helps with the algorithm. And it makes you, hey Nikki, throws the video out into the YouTube world. Because when you like and subscribe, it reminds YouTube to get us into the eyeballs. It helps YouTube throw the video out there so people will see us and not get us buried under a library of videos. And it helps the video grow. And when you help us grow and the subscribe count goes up, it helps me not have to pay so much money to keep the videos and the channel going, because I do have to pay to keep it going out of my pocket, which, you know, I like keeping the channel going, but it's hard by yourself. It is. I'm not going to be, dishonest about it. It's hard by yourself. So once you get over like 1,000 subs, YouTube lets some of the how do I say it? It lets some of the pressure come off of you. You get monetized and some of the pressure comes off of you. So you know what I mean? So yeah, if you will like and subscribe, it throws the video out where other people can see it. And the subscriber count goes up. It helps me so much. So if you would do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Some people call it begging. Every YouTuber asks. Every YouTuber asks. You're supposed to ask. I forget most of the time. You can ask anybody that comes to the channel. I forget most of the time. So anyway, I would appreciate it. Thank you so kindly. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I'm going to throw down the intro and we'll talk about some things. Here we go. Oh yeah, all right. I need to find another song to back up that part that my daughter created. I need to find another song for that. So if anyone knows a royalty-free song that I could use for that, please let me know. Because YouTube doesn't like me using it. And it was supposed to be royalty-free, but apparently there's a problem. I'm trying to zhuzh up my channel a little bit, redecorate it a little bit. So I'm going to be working on that. So anyway, let's get to the topic. The truth I need to share with you. And do you see me? Does anybody have any guess? I'll let you guess what I'm talking about. Anyone have a guess? Anyone have a guess? You don't have to guess, but you can. Do you see me? It's important to really see people when you look at them. And we've discussed that to say, when you see a person on the street, when you see a homeless person on the street, I've talked to young kids about that. A lot of times they'll ignore them, turn their head, walk on by. And I've talked to kids about, look at them, smile at them, because they're human beings, and go, I see you. I recognize you. You're important. That's one way of going, I see you. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I have been going through a lot lately, and it's not the worst thing in the world that I've been going through, but it made me think. I told a lot of you that my goal lately is to go back and go into private practice. When I worked before, I worked at hospitals and emergency rooms, and I worked at a behavioral health place, and I worked at an individual and family counseling institute, and I worked under a whole company. But I want to go into private practice now, and it's been many years since I worked in the brick and mortar because I stopped to take care of my special needs handicapped child and my daughter. I stopped because he was my heart, of course, and he was cognizant, but his needs were so specialized that I never could find anyone, because he was so rare, to that we could just leave him with. So I became pretty much a specialist in a bunch of medical areas because of my son. Now, did I become a doctor? No. I had to learn a lot about a lot of medical areas. And I didn't know if I would ever be ready to go back into therapy, to go back into the brick and mortar. But since now I have MS, I know I have to become private practice. And I want to set up a foundation called Noah's Ark, Special Things for Special Needs. And it's going to be complicated because I want to do it a certain way, because there are gaps in the system. And I want to honor my kids, and I want to become a private practice as well. But when I was going to do this, because I have to do the licensure exam again, of course, and I'm not worried about that, because there had been so many years in between. They were trying to give me a hard time about it because there had been so many years, saying I couldn't go back because there had been so many years. So I was having to fight the system. And one professor at the university was like, no, you can't go back. So basically, you're a psychotherapist without your license. So one day I got really depressed and upset and forlorn and was like, I can't do it, Dan. I just can't do it. And something shifted in me. And it was like divine intervention. And instead of giving up my perception, hey, Queen O'Hara, my whole perception, and I know it came from a higher place, because she made me feel like it couldn't happen and it was impossible. But the funny thing is, she texted a friend, a guy friend in the profession, And for some reason, he didn't tell her what code he was passing on to me. And there's this whole code. It's almost like when you're a doctor, there's a code. And when you're a psychotherapist, there's a code. There was a code in this whole, how do I put it? You have to go by standards, but there was a code in the standards. And he gave it to her and told me to look it up, and it was letters and numbers. So I looked it up, and there's this loophole. And the loophole felt like it was directed exactly at me. So when I saw that loophole, I was like, I'm the shot in the dark for that loophole. It was the weirdest thing. So I started going for it ever since then. And all of a sudden, the pieces started to fall into place. Let me make it clear. When you're a psychotherapist, you have to do a million things and go before the board or get permission from the board, even to take the exam. Just to take the exam. You just don't sign up for the exam after you graduate it and that's it. So it was like a divine intervention thing, and it was all about my perception of things. Hey, Care Bear, do you understand what I'm saying? So it was a shift in my perception. If I had solely listened to her, it would be done and over. So right now, I have a psychologist over the LPCA of Georgia backing me. I have other psychologists and mentors that were behind me. I have a doctor over the emergency room that I worked with behind me. And people signing, writing letters of, how do I put it? My brain's not clicking right now. Of character reference behind me. And I'm going to stand before the board to dispute why those years that I didn't practice don't make a difference. And I will be taking the licensure exam again. So it has been all about perception. Now, I haven't gone before the board yet, but I already know in my gut. Already know my gut. Hey, Gourmet Thursday. So, are you understanding the difference in those two things? And I explained to my daughter, it's like when our van broke down in Florida. We didn't know where we were. It was on a Sunday. There was nobody to help us. We couldn't get a vehicle to haul us home. My mom was losing it. My husband didn't know how we were going to be helped. Noah was still alive. We were limited on oxygen, and everyone had given up. And something in me, even though I did not know how we were going to get home, something in me knew we were going to get home. And even though I didn't know how, I told them, I'm about to find a way for us to get home. We will be home by morning. Did I know how we were going to get home? No, I did not. But something in me knew. And then I found that man that had a patch on him that said Angels, did it say Angels Bar? It was like a bar, Angels Bar or Angels, it was a bar anyway. Angels Bar or Angels, something to that effect. And as some of you know, that man ended up finding something to put our ban on and drove us all night from Florida to Atlanta home with no intention of taking any money. So here is my point I want you to understand. And I'll throw down the link in a little bit. We feel like everything happens outside of us, that we have no control, that everything happens outside of us. When you see me or you see someone, you look at them and light reflects off of that person into your eyes to your brain and gets interpreted. So whatever's going on in there goes back in here. When you hear a noise, it's because of a vibration that bounces off and goes back into your eardrum and gets interpreted by your brain. When you smell a smell, it drifts through the air and it goes up in your nose and is interpreted by your brain. When you taste something, the same. Everything is an interpretation inside of you. It has to be moved inside of your body and inside of your brain for interpretation from you. And then you make an evaluation of what is going on about every reality in your life, every conscious occurrence. And then you make a decision of how to react or not how to react. Even if someone gives you information about something going on in your work, your reality, another person, what have you. So that being the case, think about how people make different inferences about a person. You see what I'm saying? One person may think, oh, that person's gorgeous, while that person does not. One person may have good vibes and energy with a person, while another person may have difficulty connecting with them. That's because that sight, smell, feeling, emotion, whatever, is going in that person and being interpreted in a different way. Maybe it's because of that individual's background, what they have taken in and translated. So what I'm trying to say to you is, how are you taking in and translating your reality? You have more power within you than you take advantage of. So many people will be in a situation and they'll go, I'm not smart enough. I can't do this. I give up. They said I couldn't. They said this is impossible. And they stop. There have been times in the past, in the way past, from the time Noah was 7 or 8, and people in the hospital would come to us and say, you need to prepare yourself, you're about to lose your child. And I would get messages from way beyond me when I would still myself and pray or connect or calm myself. And I was either going to accept that message at fear of sounding crazy and pass it on and ask questions and advocate with the doctors, I was either going to do that or I was going to not listen to my gut and the messages I was going to receive and shut down and take the information I'd gotten through the doctors and accept at that time I was going to lose my child. Same with what happened with my daughter. And I had to choose to have faith greater than myself and risk sounding like a crazy woman and move forward fearlessly with faith. Does that make me special? No. Hell no, it doesn't. It makes me willing to fight. It makes me willing to fight or trust some kind of power that I've been given at that moment. What I'm asking you is, are you willing to dig deeper within yourself? Are you willing to dig deeper? When things feel like they're hopeless, how far are you willing to go within yourself? How far are you willing to go? How much are you willing to trust yourself? How far are you willing to go? If you feel like it is hopeless, it will be hopeless, period. Okay, paranormal. If you feel like it is hopeless, it is going to be hopeless. If you feel like it is not possible, you've already lost. You've already lost going straight out of the gate. You've got to find a way to switch your perception and know that sometimes you've got to jump on the possibility that all things are possible. So I want to know, have you been put in that situation? Have you been in that mindset? Have you thought about the fact that you are able to bend your own reality? And so much of this thinking that your own perception is what molds your reality is what manifestation is all about. That all of this has been within you from the beginning. If you go out of the gate negative about somebody you're meeting, it's going to set up your whole relationship anyway, and there's no hope. Because you haven't been open-minded. You haven't given it a chance. I'm not saying that you don't have to put up boundaries with people. Because some people will push and push and push because they already have their own perceptions about things. And they push their energy to the point where you have given them opportunities. You cannot change other people. We know this. And everyone's made out of energy. This is about how you control your energy, right? How you resonate it higher or keep it low. You don't want to start out of the gate low. You don't get anywhere with low energy. That tends to paralyze you. That's what keeps you depressed. That's what keeps you sick. That's why even if you're having a down day, it's only going to benefit you to find some way to put a kink in that low energy so you can rise it up. I don't care if you have to put the radio on a station that you know is going to play music that you like, because that alone is going to raise your energy, make you feel better. Haven't you had a down day and then you hear a song that you used to love so much, and even for that moment, it makes you feel better? Care Bear says, "Oop, what happened? It threw up something I didn't click." But what if you go into a situation open minded and it ends up not going well? My energy over time has been depleted and I can't find anything or any way to fix it. Care Bear, to fix your energy, you have to do a lot of self care. For instance, I don't know what situation you live in, Care Bear. Sorry, I muted myself. Care Bear, what I was saying is you have to do self care on a regular basis. I don't know what your living situation is like, but you have to do self care. Go outside barefooted and do grounding. Don't hold your phone. But what that does is we're surrounded by lights and computers and phones, electrical stuff all the time. When you go outside and stand on the ground barefoot, it pulls EMF, electromagnetic frequency, out of your body because we're always surrounded by electricity. And our bodies, our energy, we absorb extra energy we do not need. And it messes up the atoms and stuff in our body, and they cling together. And it's like a traffic jam in your body, right? The electricity needs to flow smoothly. If you stand on the ground without your phone, it pulls all the extra out. From your knees down, you will feel tingly where it's pulling it out. Do that a few minutes a day, every day. Get an Epsom salt bath. Drink water before and water after. That will relax you. Turn music on you like. If you don't have problems with alcohol, you can have a glass of wine. Go to get your hair done if you can. Do little things that are self-care. Get a massage. Or get something to massage yourself. You can get inexpensive massagers that vibrate with the balls on them and do your muscles. Find ways to do self-care. There are great meditations on YouTube. I'll probably drop one here soon that you can do, or do a live one. Find little things for self-care. If you like to read a book, do that. If you like to paint, do that. Whatever hobby you like, you have to consistently do things for Care Bear and not put all your energy out and deplete yourself. You have to fill your cup back up. You cannot run on an empty cup. You just can't. Do breath work. Do conscious breathing. I'll give an example again for those that don't know. I won't make it long. But inhale to the count of 4. Imagine there is a leaky golden star above your head. That is a leaking golden light is warm and it's golden. Do it with me, Care Bear. Close your eyes. It's leaking, and then it leaks through your body, that golden, warm light. You can feel it going down your spine. Come on, Care Bear. It's going down your spine. And as it does, it's scooping up all negativity, toxins, energy blocks, like warm, golden light. It's moving through your body, down to your heels, through the earth, turning into positive energy, transmuting and transforming. Very good. The star is still above your head. I want you to inhale through your nose, close your eyes, to the count of 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly blow out of your mouth to the count of 4. Good job. The light of the star is still leaking through your body like water, moving through your spine, scooping up all negativity, toxins, energy blocks, rolling like water, moving down your body, down to the earth, transmuting and transforming to positive energy. Keep your eyes closed, Care Bear. I want you to inhale again to the count of 4 through your nose. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly blow out through your mouth to the count of 4. Good job. Let your body go loose and limp. Loose and limp, like a rag doll. Imagine that I've cut all the cords and your body's going loose and limp. Loose and limp. The light's moving through your body, moving out all negativity and toxins. Last breath, inhale deeply, deeply through your nose to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blow out of your mouth slowly to the count of 4. Excellent. And that warm light is moving all around your body, blessing you, expanding. You're surrounded with warm starlight, moving through you, around you, and surrounding you. I want you to slowly open up your eyes. Inhale very deeply, and slowly blow out of your mouth. Great job. Nikki says music is very therapeutic. Very therapeutic. My sound went out. No one can hear me. Oh no. Can anyone hear me? I hope everyone can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Please let me know if you can hear me. Good. Did that help any, Care Bear? Hey, Virginia Wolf. And hey, in the bushes, if anyone did that little conscious breathing guided session, I hope that it helped you. I often do that with my students that experience stress and anxiety, You can do the conscious breathing on the 444 anytime that you feel like you are not being able to fill your cup back up. It will help you resonate higher. I also recommend to anyone that is having difficulty resonating higher or releasing the tension from your body that you get selenite. Selenite. When our subscribers go up a little bit higher, I will be giving away selenite. I will be giving away selenite. I do not go anywhere without my selenite. Highly recommend it. Selenite is like my angel stones. It helps with cleansing. I scientifically recommend it as well. Good Care Bear, because when you move it over your body, you can feel like this ick. I don't know what else to call it. Like this ick. It's almost like icky atoms or whatever move off of you. I can feel it move off of me. I'll have my husband do it like I'm at the airport. Good. Hello, Virginia Woolf's wife. I will have him move. I've got longer pieces somewhere, but I will have him move it over me like I'm at the airport, especially if I've been out in a crowd, because sometimes it just feels like icky energy. And I used to do it to my kids. Right now I can feel it. It just feels so much better. I sleep with it beside my bed. I always have it at my desk. My husband has it at his desk. My daughter has it beside her bed. I discovered it a long time ago. When I do sessions with people, when I do therapy with people, I always have it. Always, always, always. So I will be giving selenite away as the subscriber count goes up. When we hit 1,000, I will be giving free sessions away. Probably 3. Not therapy sessions, not psychotherapy sessions. I will not do psychotherapy sessions as a part of YouTube, because that's a whole different animal and that's professional. So I will not do psychotherapy sessions as a part of YouTube. That is a whole different, separate animal. But hypnosis or guided meditation or a spiritual session, yes. Psychotherapy, no. But I really do want to shape this channel up. But what are you thinking when I'm telling you about your mindset? Excuse me, and how. Sorry. I got dry throat. Sorry. And how you control your reality. Because everything you are taking in the world is coming into you and being referenced through your brain. So really, you are in control of your reality. Thank you, Nikki. You're in control of your reality. We want to say, well, this is out there, and this is out there, and this is out there, and everything is happening to me. But really, you are sort of happening to it. Now, I'm not saying there aren't bad things going on in the world, because those people are controlling their reality. But there's so much going on that you can control and have the power to shift through. You have the power to shift through. You have the choice of how that you want to react to it, whether you want to give up before it gets started, whether you want to shift the outcome. Like what I was telling you about, did I want to say that no, I'm not going to go into private practice because that girl had said too many years had occurred? No, I'm not going to let it happen. And it hasn't happened. And the outcome has shifted. The outcome has shifted. And something in me, something higher than me, told me that it would. Care Bear has another question. Okie dokie. I have another question. What do you think about doing meditation to meet your inner child? 100% you can. And before I answer the second part, I highly recommend, and I often do it with people with spiritual work and with therapeutic work, and sometimes my spiritual work is therapeutic work. I call myself a spiritual coach too, and I separate it. When people are dealing with trauma that they can't get past, I will do work with them to connect with their spiritual child to help heal that point in their life where they had the trauma, so they can help talk to their child at that point of the trauma to help their child heal. They're basically parenting their child at that point in their life that they experience the trauma, so they can help heal that and sort of, how do I say it? Sort of rewrite history in a way by doing that healing. Because if you don't, that child, let's say, okay, let's use an experience. Let's say I told you I had an NDE when I was 12. I died and came back. And that's the truth. I had a lot to cope with that. Even though it was a profound experience, there was a lot I didn't understand because I died and came back and so much I saw, right? I had a lot to cope with over the years because a lot opened up for me, right? I had a lot to deal with because of that. And there were good things that happened because of it, and there was a lot of things that, even though they were good, I had to figure out. When trauma happens to you, if you don't cope with it, that 12-year-old child that experienced that trauma that you stuff away in your shadow self will come out in your behavior somewhere, will act out in ways that are not conducive in your life. Does that make sense? May come out and act out in your relationships, or have tantrums, or help you experience arguments, or project onto others, will do things, will make you not have healthy relationships or job experiences, what have you. Put it this way, if you don't get therapy or deal with that inner child that had that trauma, that child will implode things in your life. So if you do therapy, if you work with that inner child, you will have a highly functional, successful life. You cannot stuff all the stuff in your shadow and say, I'm not going to deal with it, and then not expect havoc to happen in your life. I will DM you later with details about the dream I had where I met my young self. Okay. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing to deal with your inner child, especially if there has been trauma in your life. Thank you so much, Nikki. I'd love to meet your wife on here, Virginia Woolf, actually. And in case anybody wants to come up, and sometimes you guys need to remind me because my brain is all over the place sometimes, and I forget to drop the link. It's not because I don't want to, I just forget. And I'm going to try to invite more people up because sometimes I would just like to have a little panel. What did I just do to myself? What did I do? I turned my cam off. I would like to have a little panel and it not just be me to bounce things off of people. We don't connect with our inner selves, our own souls, our own consciousness to realize how empowered we can be. We try to stick all our power out into the world and act like we are a victim of circumstance. That is not the case. Look how much, not to go back to Amber and Johnny, but I'm going to go back to that for a second. Look how much power men have, men, probably women too, but men, women, Amber's friends gave that woman. Look how many people she was able to manipulate. A lot of it was probably because of Johnny's money, probably. So many people say it was because of her beauty or people's perception of her. Maybe it was because of fear. And I hear all of these men talk about, she's so beautiful. Um, or she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. And I sit here and I think, well, she's beautiful. But then my perception, but maybe it's because I'm a psychotherapist and I think about her behaviors. And I saw them way down the road. Maybe that's the reason, right? But I think to myself, to me, there's so many women that are so much more beautiful. And I'm not throwing shade at her because she's beautiful. I'm not throwing shade at her. But there's so many women that are so much more beautiful. So I don't get it. I don't get the amount of control she's had on so many people. But that is perception. That is perception, right? Perception is a lot. I'm sure there have been people in all of your lives that either you have been really drawn to and other people didn't understand, or vice versa. Other people have been really drawn to you and you didn't get it, right? Kara says she is pretty, but her soul is so ugly. Her aura is very dark. Yeah. But have there been people in your lives or your friends' lives where there's been that contradiction? Where you thought they were really, and they didn't get it, or vice versa. And there was just that difference in perception. Or situations where you had the alarms going off and they didn't, and vice versa. Do you see it so much about the difference in perception from people? So much of it is about what you take in into your brain, your eyes, your ears, your smell, your everything. Hey, Shoeless One, it's about how people map things out, right? It's just like homes. Some people think certain homes are designed and they're just stunning. And another person might walk in and think, this is the most hideous thing I've ever seen. It's mindset and perception. And then I got to thinking about Depp, for instance. When he went through all of this with her, right? And then he went to battle with the son. He lost terribly. But he wasn't willing to gut himself. He would not have done this in court had it not been for his children. The perception and the willing for him to fight was primarily his children. And look at how the perception of the people changed. The perception of the people. And I guarantee you, all the big people that called him a WB, the way they see will be greatly changed, right? And I was talking to my daughter today. Think about when you go to get a job. You have so many seconds to make an impression on a person. The first look and smell and aura people get when you go to get a job. What do they see, smell, feel, hear, right? Their mindset and the input they get from you. What do they see? That's the input they're taking into their brain. And you know, is it 100% you? Are you serving them who you really are? Your authentic self. Your genuine you. That's who in the past I tried to give them of me. My genuine. Because I didn't want to be on the flip-flop 5 weeks later and then be like, oh hell, that's not who I hired. But you get what I'm saying. Or you're on a blind date or whatever. You know, people try to be their best. I don't know if Steve heard the beginning of this, Shoeless One. But when you realize it's all within you, how much power do you feel you have when you think about it this way? How many of you have felt like, I give up. I cannot do anything about this, I give up. Whether it's a doctor that gives you news, whether you don't think you have enough ability to do something, whether you don't think you have enough to create change, to evoke change, whether you don't think you could overcome a certain something. Do you realize that mindset means everything? It means everything when you're trying to overcome disease. It means the difference in living and dying. 150%. It means the difference between living and dying. And people do not understand that. If you're in the mindset of give up, you're done. It's over. It's all in what you perceive. Oh, honey, you don't have to look. No pressure on my mods. 0, none. If you're my mod, I just appreciate you being my mod. We usually don't have any trouble, but I know you have lives. You know what I mean? If we get bigger and this channel makes any money and I have mods, trust and believe, you will be paid. You will be paid. We get big and make money, you'll be paid. You won't be doing it for free. But thank God we don't usually have trouble on here. Thank God. Knock on wood. This community is created to help us rise up, to be together, to find positivity and love and growth. That's why I say your vibe attracts your tribe. It's to find healing and learning. Oh, Steve, how's your leg doing, by the way? How is it healing? Hey, mate, are you limping around? Is it healing okay, Steve-O? Are you behaving? Are you getting enough rest? Are you helping too many people? He better be behaving and resting. But the point of this community is for growth and peace. No judgment, no hate. Let me ask you all something too while we're here. Thank God the debt case is over. Are you interested in cases? If so, what kind of cases? Not cases all the time, but an individual case here and there. Are you interested in cases that, just tell me what kind of cases you're interested in, if you are. Let me know. Yes, Cheryl, I do believe like minded people are brought together. It's a beautiful thing. And people that want to connect, there's a lot of spiritually gifted people that come in here. I believe there's a lot of empathic people that come in here. I do believe that. A lot of empathic people that come in here. Probably most all of them. And gifted, let me tell you, like Sheila Steve is a healer. Shelly Marie has healing abilities. Paranormal Witch, she knows a lot about Wiccan stuff. Our neighboring Virginia Woolf is very gifted with music. He writes and plays music. His music is great. Marie Crum, she is our artist. Her art is incredible. Her art is incredible. I would be willing to bet you not only is almost everyone in here empathic, that each and every one of them has some special gift. I would be willing to wager. Cheryl Snow is very empathic, and she definitely has other gifts. Yeah, Virginia Woolf is very good. He is our new mod. I'm just so impressed with all of the people that come in here. Oh, I forgot about that. You will have to come up and do some energy medicine. I forgot. I talked to Eden. What is her name? Her daughter, Dondi. And she has told me that she will come on here. I just haven't locked her down on a date, Cheryl. You're most welcome, Marie. I want to hear your questions or thoughts on the topics that I was talking about today because I was just going at it. And everybody was just like, okay, Dana's going off. We haven't said a thing about it. Everyone got quiet. You're doing shadow work, Willow. That is good. Does anybody have any feedback about what I was talking about? I just think it's really, really important that we realize that what's going on is really not outside of us, it's inside of us. It's not on the outside of us. So, does anybody have any feedback? Is there anything anybody has to say or questions or anything such as that? Because I was just going at it. It's just, we need to realize that we don't have to take no, that there is a way to fight and to own our power and to, you know, I like the word manifest, but I don't like the word manifest. It really is about being in the mindset of we are creating our reality as we go. We just don't take ownership. I mean, creating our reality is also about taking responsibility. A lot of times people don't like that word, taking responsibility. Because it's like, oh, I want what I want, but I don't want to take responsibility for what I'm creating. Because if I make a mistake, I have to take responsibility for that too. Well, yeah, you do. You actually do. It's not all about rainbows, lollipops, and unicorns. You do have to take responsibility. She is. And we do have to work, not just in the light, we have to do our shadow work. Sometimes that's painful, but it's healing. But I have to ask a question. Sometimes I come on here and I talk about topics, whether they're spiritual or psychological and stuff, and people will make comments, but I don't know if, am I talking at you? Am I talking in a way that I'm boring you? Am I talking over your head? Which I don't think so, because all of you are highly intelligent. Um, I want to be of service to everybody. I mean, it's really truly my gut intention to be of service to everybody. That's really genuinely why I'm here. So I want honesty and feedback from people. I want to be here because I want to serve you for what you want to hear. I want to serve you for what you want to hear. So always tell me. Tell me what you want to hear. If you don't like the topic, if you're bored, tell me. If it's helpful, tell me. Please, please, please. I don't want to just come up here and they spout information. Thank you, Nikki. So when I'm asking for, I mean, I'm not some big guru. I don't want. I guess so, I don't want to be looked at as some big guru, where I just say things and it's over. I like the feedback. Okay, thank you, Virginia Woolf. I'm a person that likes people to be straight with me. You know what I mean? I like people to be straight with me and give me the proper information because I like to be useful. I like people to say things that they really mean and tell me all the thoughts they have. Well, thank you, Sheila Swan. You're my friend. You always tell me things. Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl, you know, I'm a straight shooter and I like to hear truth. Truth doesn't bother me. When people don't say things and they just keep it in, don't say the truth, that's what bothers me. Thank you, Care Bear. Hello, Irene Dater. She's another one that I have known for many years, just like Cheryl Snow. So did my English accent suck, or was it too mixture of English and Aussie? Sometimes with the new students, I start out British and then turns into Southern, and they're really confused. But that is a topic that I really wanted to give people insight in, because I do not want people to just throw in the towel. You don't have to throw in the towel. Be in your world and pick your battle. Choose your battle and decide. Decide where you want to focus your power. You know, I had that day when that professor, she was young, younger than me. Of course, I'm 103. Everybody's younger than me. Tell me that I was a psychotherapist without my license. And I was like, this cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. Because at first they were telling me my hours were lost. You have to have your hours printed out so you can send them along to the board. So then I got my hours miraculously. So that fell into place. So then that guy gave me the link. So that was my loophole. So all of a sudden things started falling out into place when she told me it wasn't possible. But with that loophole, it is possible. And I thought, all these things are falling into place in a really weird way. And one day, the smoke alarm, which has new batteries, started going off. Sheila's one and I were talking. It started going off, has new batteries. I was like, why is it going off? And I came in the house looking for smoke or fire. No smoke or no fire. And it went off again. I was like, why is it going off? Went in again. And I was like, that's got to be a sign for Noah. There's nothing wrong. I got off the phone with him, got off the chat with him, and went to my email. And the encrypted email that I needed with information for this had just come in the exact time that the smoke alarm was going off. What are the odds? Tell me, what are the odds? And after I saw that email, ask me, did that smoke alarm go off anymore? Ask me. It did not. Welcome to my world. That is my world. Truth of my life. That is my world. My focus has always been, after I lost Noah, to do that foundation for my kids and to fill that gap for special needs families and to do grief work for people that have lost their kids. And come hell or high water, I'm finishing this process. I'm finishing it. So you choose your reality. Again, if you think it's not possible, it's not going to be possible. If you think you can make things happen, guess what? You can make things happen. If it's in a good way. If your intentions are bad, trust and believe. Yeah, see? Sheila's one, what it absolutely was very interesting. Hey, if you intentions are bad, trust and believe karma is going to bite you in the butt. Leanne, the foundation sounds amazing. I'm a SPED paraprofessional and know the need for such an organization. Thank you so much, Leanne. So here's the bottom line. I want you to think about what I've told you. Saturn retrograde, I don't know a ton about that stuff, but it's a real thing. It will affect you. It will affect your emotions. Okay? It does tend to make things a bit wonky. Drink a lot of water. Clean your stones. And just be ready for things to feel kind of off. But as far as in detail, I don't know a lot about it, Care Bear. Sorry. But here's the bottom line of everything. Go within yourself. Believe in what you can do. Know that you do have internal power. Your spiritual abilities and connection to the creator of all things, it is a real thing. I've seen it and I know it, and I've been to the other side. Believe me or not, or don't believe me. I cannot control what you believe. You are most welcome, Care Bear. I can't control what you believe. I know what happened to me and what I experienced. And I know what the truth is. But you have so much power to make your reality different and to enrich your own life. But it's all up to you. And it's all up to your own mindset. And if you want to get out of a slump, if you want to pump up your resonation, you can do so. Does it mean you're going to be resonating high every single day? No. You're going to have low days. It's like a roller coaster. But you can also, on the low days, make it go higher. It's work. Nobody said life was going to be easy. Nobody. We already know that. But there are ways to shift it. Look, and I am no victim. I am no victim. I'm not a victim. But my life has not been easy whatsoever. So, baby, do what you gotta do. But you choose. You choose. It's all within you. I want to thank all of you for being here. All of you. You all mean so very much to me. I can't even begin to tell you how much you mean to me. You have helped me on so many levels that I can't even express it. But yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. Always let me know how you feel. Always let me know what you want to talk about, what you're interested in. And yeah, if you want to do a case occasionally, look, Cheryl works at an attorney's office forever. I would love to have her as a guest so we could pick it apart with you or try to figure out things with you. Or if they haven't found the person that did stuff with you. Not all the time. Not as obsessively as, Depp and stuff. But I want to shift a few things in here. Still want to do the spiritual work. But I want to freshen things up a little bit. You know what I mean? But I love you, every single one, and appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's grow this thing. Let's grow this. It's your community too. Have a great week. I will see. Wish we could free some wrongfully convicted. That would be awesome. That would be super awesome. sending love and healing to all that need it. We need to do some healing work soon. As soon as, yeah, you could do that with us too, Cheryl. As soon as Sheila Swing gets better too, we usually do it as a group. But anyway, throw me your ideas. Throw them, throw them, throw them. But everyone have a great week. I shall see you on Wednesday. And if you would like to buy me a coffee, information is below. Miracles3 at charter.net. Our dear Dana, I think it's 1111 at Cash App. Anyway, love you, appreciate you, and remember your vibe attracts your tribe. And stay beautiful. Bye, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm hearing fireworks. Fireworks? That's weird. It's not the 4th of July. Sorry. It just caught me off guard. Anyway, and happy belated birthday to my brother yesterday. That's just weird. Fireworks on June 4th? Anyway, I love you all. Yep, I had another squirrel moment. Squirrel? I will talk to you all later. Yeah, maybe it is graduation fireworks. Good point. A lot of high schoolers are graduating. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye. I'm just losing it because I'm so attached to these fireworks. Take it easy, breezy. And here we go. Dun, dun, dun.